everybody, and welcome back to another video. Yes, I know it's been a little bit, and I haven't been making as many videos this year as you guys would think I have, and I've only been doing like TBR videos. I've had a crazy last couple months at work, and my personal life has just been busy, so this video might even be late for my June TBR, and I don't even know if I'll finish my June TBR, but let's get right into the video. So for my YouTubers for the June month is of F and R. I don't have any F's, but for R's I have Raphael Gomes and Ryan Trahan. A lot of people should know who Ryan Trahan is. He's the one who makes the whatever those are called. They're the candies that are going famous at Target or whatever that they're called. I haven't watched them in a while because he doesn't post very frequently. And then Raphael Gomes, he's a European who moved to America who makes like food videos and trends videos and stuff like that. And so I will try my best to remember to put their links down below so you can go watch the both of them. And I have actually a lot of movies to get through for this month because I canceled Disney Plus because I'm having some issues with it, and I just thought it might be a good time to do that as I'm going through some things. So for the month of June with my F&R videos, there's a lot. I actually left some of them over on my shelf here that I did not pick out to watch, only because either A, I recently had watched them within the last year, or two, what was my second reason why I didn't? Because there's just a lot of movies. And so, like, for tapes, for example, I left Fantasia, the first one, and Fantasia 2000 on here just because they're really long videos and I've already watched them already a couple times. But for F, for the tapes that I have Finding Nemo. And yes, I remember Finding Nemo came out. I was very, very young. But no, I do not have Finding Dory, sadly. Even though that's a really good movie too. And then I have Fern Gully. I feel like you have to be like in your 20s or 30s to know what Fern Gully is, unless you're just really into like old kids movies, because I have not watched Fern Gully when I was younger. I didn't watch this until I got it like maybe 2 or 3 years ago. But such a funny movie with Robin Williams being this guy's name. I forget what his name is. And then I have this one, which I don't know if I'll be watching because I recently just watched this like last year, and that is The Return of Jafar. It's like the second movie to the Aladdin movies. And then for movies here, like the DVDs, and I'm contemplating whether or not I want to keep my DVDs or not. I have recently went through a lesson in U.S. history about how DVDs and cassette tapes and all that VHSs are becoming a thing of the past, and people are getting rid of them because of streaming services. I'm debating on whether or not to keep them versus I have the movies, so then I have to waste more money, but by not wasting money, there's movies I'm missing out on in the current time. So let me know down below what you think I should do, or what kind of debate you want to spark in the comments here about that. But for these, I have obviously Frozen. Frozen is like one of my favorite Disney movies. It's just, they have such a good soundtrack, and I like listening to it because it came out when I was like 14. And then I also have The Fox and the Hound and The Fox and the Hound 2, one of those special collection movies. And yes, I have seen both of them. This was a movie I grew up on at my grandma's house. And then I have a lot of Star Wars movies because a lot of Star Wars movies start with the letter R. Well, this one doesn't. This is Star Wars The Force Awakens. And then I have Rogue One. And I just finished watching Andor, I think, at the beginning of the month here. It was insane. I won't reveal too much, but let me tell you, after I watched it, I went over to Griffin's and I was trying to get him to rewatch it just because I wanted to watch it again because of how extreme it was and how good it was. And then lastly, I have Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. I know this is like a weird looking one. I think this probably came from like a family video. I don't know who remembers family videos nowadays. For the month of May, I did not complete my May TBR just because there was lots of things going on with the end of the school year and not getting a lot of time to read. I also wanted to mention I did have one DNR for the month of May, which was Snowflower and the Secret Fan by Lisa C. I just didn't like the formatting of the book because the text started like right at the end, like edges of pages, and went all the way straight down, and it felt weird to read. I tried and I didn't like it after maybe the first couple sections, so I ended up putting that in my pile for my free little libraries, and I actually ended up already putting it in a free little library and getting something else, which then has been rotated through a couple books that you will see soon. But to make up for not reading that book, I was given this book right here, and I know what you're thinking. This is a kid's book. I'm aware of that because that's where it came from. It came from my mom gave it to me as they were cleaning out their books in the special ed department at school, and I actually don't know if I remember reading this when I would be in like I think maybe elementary school, but I remember a freshman. She was um she was beginning read this at the beginning of the year, and so this is because of Winn-Dixie. It is by Kate DiCamillo. I hope I said that correctly. It's published in March 1st of 2000. Oh my word. So this book is just a couple weeks older than I am. And yes, this is a children's realistic fiction book. It also was a movie, and I do remember watching the movie because of the actress that's in it. This at the bookstore would be $16, but of course I got this from school. And it is rated 4.1 stars on Goodreads, and it is 185 pages. And I recently just did my journal, my bullet journal, and I can't remember. I think I may have given it a 3 stars, I want to say, just because, or 4, I can't remember. 3 or 4. I really enjoyed the story. It's just that it was a little bit too simple for me. There wasn't a whole lot of action, and it seemed very bland. But then again, it's a children's book, and sometimes they need that simplicity to be able to read it correctly, because obviously this is the inside of it. Obviously there's not a lot of words per page, but that's okay. And so yeah, that was one of them, and it was super quick to get through. I started like, when I break up my targets for 4 sections, because there's technically like 4 weeks like in every single month. Well, this one I started on the halfway point for all my books, and I managed to get to the end before all the rest of them. The next one that I finished was this one. This is The Great Gatsby. By the way, because of Winn-Dixie is about a girl who finds a dog and basically forms a friendship with him and the people in the town that she moves to, and learns to value friendship and family and love and stuff like that. Just, simple children lessons. This is The Great Gatsby. It was the 100th year anniversary this year of this book coming out. It is by F. Scott Fitzgerald. It was published April 10th of 1925, which makes it really, really old. It is a tragedy. I won't say why, but let's just say that something happens to the main character, or one of the main characters, at the end. It is $15 at the bookstore, and I'm pretty sure I got this from, I want to got it from the bins, I think, or my mom gave it to me for Christmas. I don't remember exactly. I want to say, let's see here, do I have a tag at the beginning? I do not have a tag, so it did not come from a free little library that I got it from. It is 3.9 stars on Goodreads, and it is 180 pages. Yeah, that book literally has 5 more pages than this one, but I finished this one second, as it took a little bit of time to get into it. I think I rated it a 4, but I had a little bit of issues with it, as it was a slow pacing book, and I wasn't really into it based off the language. It was older language a little bit, But it follows this guy named Nick who lives next door to what is called the Great Gatsby. His name is Jay Gatsby, and he likes to throw parties and basically show off his money. And the main goal for this is to attract a girl he fell in love with a very long time ago that actually lives across the bay from him. And her name is Daisy. Now, she's married to this guy named Tom, and they kind of meet up because of Nick, who kind of involved with another lady. I forget her name already. But they kind of like do things together, and it is because Jay is trying to persuade Daisy into leaving her husband for him because they were true lovers back in the day. And she kind of like it all gets blown open after a while when they go together, and someone ends up getting killed, someone ends up getting murdered, and all this stuff. And nothing happens to Nick, just to let you know, just put that out there. But he ends up being the one that basically is the narrator of the book the whole time, and that's why I kind of enjoyed it a little bit towards the end. And the last book that I finished, and this is the reason why it's out so late. I didn't even say why I wanted to. This would be on your June TBR, but actually I read it through May. It's this book right here, To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee, and this was published. Let's see here, May, June, July, July 11, 1960. It is a Southern Gothic, or it's a, it says oh, it's a Pulitzer Prize winner. It says it right on the phone, and I couldn't read my own tag. It would be $2.50 because it's a mass market paperback book, and it's kind of on the older side. But I got this from a free little library, and I'm still looking for a better version of this book just because of how gross it is and the way it smells like a basement. Although some people may like that, and I understand that because I do enjoy the smell of books sometimes. It is 284 pages, rated 4.2 stars on Goodreads, and I'm pretty sure mine was also a 4. It was 4.0 star on Goodreads because obviously you can't do any decimals on Goodreads. And this follows a girl and a boy, the Finches, also known as Scout and Jem Finch, in their time period. And they are trying to bring out Boo Radley and just going through the mischiefs that they get in throughout their childhood and what it's like being, you know, part of a family that doesn't have a mom and a dad that is fighting for a black guy. And yes, they do use the N word in this book. I remember they taught it when I was in high school, but they don't anymore, which is kind of sad. But I thoroughly enjoyed this. Now, as I get into my June TBR, I did mention that I didn't finish my May TBR for multiple reasons. So this book right here, Sunrise on the Reaping, I did get through my first target of the book back at the beginning of May, but then it kind of got put on hold because of all these tiny books that I had, and also because I brought it home from school one day and never brought it back. And so I am going to try working on this book during June, and I think it might be a little bit harder to have a TBR throughout the summer just because it's nice outside. People want to go outside and spend time with friends rather than being cooped up in their house reading a book. So my TBR is kind of being set for the summer a little bit, and it might grow or it might just stay put throughout the winter summer, and there may not be as many videos for the next two TBRs for July or August just because I might not get through books as fast as I did when I was in school. So I will be reading this one still. Hopefully I can finish it by the end of the month. And then I did say that I went through free little libraries. I did when I left to go on vacation to the Northwoods, and I got rid of the Snowflower book. I got rid of a movie. I got rid of a journal that I wasn't using, and I had picked up just some different books. I picked up a Max Lucado book for my brother. If you don't know who Max Lucado is, that's okay. It is a Christian-based author. I had gotten some tea time mystery books and like a kind of a smutty book. And I did pick up a Christian Hannah book, but then I ended up continuing rotating these out as I went through my free little library journey, and I ended up with the ones that I ended up bringing home that I did give. Micah got that Mexicado book. He also got the book that I think I mentioned probably in my last video, A Thousand Splendid Suns. That was from the person who wrote The Kite Runner. I gave that to him. I know I could have kept it and read it, but I didn't really feel like it after passing it up the first time. And I also got this one, which I'm putting on my TBR for summer, which this is How You Lose the Time War by Max Gladstone. I have seen several booktubers read this book or review it and said it was really good because it's so short and it's so, I want to say it must be fast paced, and I'm not exactly sure what it's about other than reading the back of it. There's not really a lot of names, but it has to do with like Red and Blue War. But that's it for that one. That's it for that. Griffin wants me to end up reading my book up here, The Picture of Dorian Gray, because I was going off about it for a really long time, so I might put that one also in there. And then my sister, she gave me a couple books that I'm going to go through here real shortly that she would like me to read first before she reads them. And so I will try my best to try getting through these ones as well during this summer, and that's why I am not pushing any more books than I have to of the ones that I got here. So the ones that she gave me that she would like me to read before her is They're Watching Us by Chelsea Ichizo. I don't know. This is, what is this? I don't know. I haven't really looked at any of the books beforehand. I feel like this is like from that one season in Riverdale, kind of like it says every secret society has its privileges and its sacrifices. So if you ever watch Riverdale, I know it's like a teen show. I don't think it's on anymore, or it might be, I'm not sure, but it's from like the Archie comics made into a show, and this is like the season from when they were trying to hide, what's his name, Jughead, and try to uncover when he was faking his own death and stuff like that. I feel like it's gonna be like this, but I could be wrong. It just seems like something my sister would pick out to want to read. And this has over, no, it's 370 pages. Well, that's including acknowledgments, otherwise it's a little bit less than that. And then the next one she wants me to read is Into the Water by Paula Hawkinson. This is the person who wrote The Girl on a Train. I'm guessing that's a really famous book because it's mentioned. And this one is also, the chapters are POVs. I like that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, like where each chapter is through different voices. They do that a lot nowadays, and I'm trying to find the page number of how many pages. 388. I think that's with acknowledgments. And this, I think, is probably around the same concept, probably like mystery, horror, tragedy kind of way of write, twists and turns. I don't know, what is that kind of genre called? We watched the movie on Netflix that was like that, but I can't remember what it's called. Someone, if they understand what I'm talking about and understand my rambling, you can, interpret it in the comments for other people to understand. And then the last one, she said she didn't know if she was going to like this one or not. She might pick it up just because she wanted something to add to her bookshelf. And this is Just One Look by Harlan Coben. Apparently he wrote No Second Chance and Tell No One. I'm guessing this is an older book. Probably around the same concept. I think it's probably pretty old, isn't it? It's got a little bit of yellowing to it. Let's see here. 370 pages. And I like that it has a dust jacket on it so I can read it, but I will read it later. And I'm actually going to look up 2004. So this is an older book for her. So I think this one, she said if I don't like it, I can always put it in my free little library pile that I have slowly accumulating again. But we will see. So did you guys enjoy this video? I sure hope that you did and that you enjoyed my rambling of all these books and movies, because it is going to be, I feel like, a very long summer. I feel the background here might change, as I was hinting at a little bit of something that I won't reveal until it actually happens. Anyways, I hope that you guys like this video, and subscribe down below if you would like to see more book videos like this, or so you can just go back and watch all the other videos that I have posted beforehand. I am making a playlist of all of these TBR videos that I have made all the way back from like November, so you can watch them in order if you would like to, so you can get some book recommendations for yourself. Also, turn on the notification bell, for whenever I guess I decide to, not be lazy and post some videos for you guys. And then comment down below if you would like to give me any book recommendations or anything that I said video. Also follow me on Goodreads. My link will be down below, and we become friends and we can recommend each other books and, message each other and, become good friends, because I'm kind of lonely. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!